Democrats want to have their say on Mueller probe. Washington U. Attorney General William Barr has made his determination about special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. Now Democrats, the delivery Sunday of Barr's summary to Congress about Mueller's conclusions has opened a new chapter in the battle over the 2-year investigation that is likely to consume Capitol Hill in the coming weeks and months. Democratic they have seized on a line in the summary that says Mueller's report does. Given the report, Democrats seemed more likely to focus on their ongoing investigations, calls for transparency and frustrations with Barr, rather than engaging with the talk of impeachment that has been amplified on Pelosi's left flank. As the release of new House Judiciary Committee Chairman Gerald Nadler, who would lead any impeachment effort, said he would call Barr to testify soon in. Yet while Democrats focused on the obstruction piece, Barr's summary report dealt their investigative efforts an undeniable blow by concluding that Trump's campaign never conspired with Russia. Top Democrats, after. In a joint statement, Nadler, House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff, D. California, and House Oversight and Reform Committee Chairman Elijah Cummings, DMD, almost seemed to concede that collusion had not been found, saying they have confidence in Mueller, notwithstanding. Still, they said, it. Democrats discussed strategy in a flurry of calls over the weekend. Pelosi and Schumer, people familiar with the calls, requested anonymity to discuss them freely. Republicans unified to call for Congress to move on. Trump celebrated the findings but did not appear ready to let the matter drop, calling the investigation in. Democratic calls for transparency on the Mueller report could set up a court battle with the Trump administration that could take months or years to resolve. It's unclear what else is coming from Barr, though he states in the letter that he is working to make more information public. He said he will be. Democrats have said they are willing to subpoena Mueller and Barr, if needed, to push for disclosure. Though Trump himself has said the report should be made public, it's not clear whether the administration would fight subpoenas for testimony or block the transmission of grand jury material. If the administration decides to fight, lawmakers could ask federal courts to step in and enforce a subpoena. A court fight could. In the meantime, Democrats will keep the focus on full transparency. Associated Press writers Mike Balsamo and Lisa Mascaro contributed to this report.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,